Good morning. Today is the 5th day of Tammuz, July 11th. Welcome to our guests, Mazel Tov. We're going to learn Tanya. We're in the middle of chapter 10 in Shaar Hayichud Vihaemuna. We're on page 77 of Hayichud. If you want to join along. In today's lesson, we're going to continue this analogy of the sun. And as the Alter Rebbe said yesterday, it's not a good analogy, but it's the best we can do. We're going to do the best we can to put these spiritual ideas into physical minds that we experience in this world. So in today's lesson, just like the light of the sun, so yesterday was a little cloudy. Now, just going to prove a point here. The sun coming in right over our shoulder. Nice bright sun out. So just like the light of the sun is nullified when it's in its source, you don't look at the sun and go, oh, there's rays in there. It's just the sun. So too, all the attributes of Hashem are not independent entities in relation to Hashem when it comes to Achmanus and Chesed and all the different things, qualities of Hashem. They're not independent. They're part of Hashem. They only seem independent to us, created beings. Nevertheless, despite its superior manner of unity, since one must prepare yourself to hear, to get your ear ready, and be able to perceive what you can hear. Nishpa v'nispoinin bimshal oid hashemesh. We, human beings, can perceive and comprehend that just as in the analogy of the sun, hamiyuchad ubatel mekayda ve'ena oila b'shem klal ifnei atzmoi rak shem hamakal avad. The sun is united with and nullified in its source. The light of the sun, you don't say, in the sun itself, you don't say, there's light that becomes extended. No, that's just the sun. We benefit from the extension of the sun, which is the light and the rays of the sun. But in the sun, there's no name, only its own. We say that's the sun. When it comes to Hashem, all his attributes, all the different qualities that we speak of, including his will and his wisdom. Hashem wants us to do a mitzvah. Hashem wants us to create a dwelling place for Hashem. That's all Hashem. When it comes to from Hashem's perspective, they're not called by these names. We give Hashem these descriptive terms. From the relation to the creatures, which are, as noted by the Rebbe, below the world of Atzilus, when it comes to Bria, Yitzira, and Asiya, even if they're malachim, even if they're spiritual, they have descriptive terms to give to the Eibishter. But from the Eibishter's perspective, there is no change and there's no difference, and there are no extensions or rays or anything coming out. It's just Hashem. El Yoinim v'Tachteinim, both in the higher worlds and the lower worlds. We look at it from a certain perspective because anything that's created looks at it different. Shavasam v'chayusam v'anigosam shakadosh baruch hu mahave machaya oisam umanigam. Anything that's created, including malachim, including any spiritual beings, were brought into existence and given life and guided in their conduct by Hashem. Every step we take is guided by Hashem. Hu b'ritzaynei v'chachmasei v'nosei v'daitei v'slabsheis v'midaisav hakdoshos, through Hashem's will and wisdom and understanding and knowledge, which clothe themselves in Hashem's holy emotive attributes, such as Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, v'chulu. So the Sfiris are termed Chachma bin Adas, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach Hayichud Malchus, in relation to the beings which are created by Hashem through His will and so forth, which clothe themselves in these emotive attributes. So again, this is from our perspective, the created beings. As the Medrash tells us, by means of 10 utterances, the world is created. By wisdom, by understanding, and by knowledge. The Pasuk says that Hashem founded the earth with wisdom. He established the heavens with understanding, and his knowledge the depths of the abyss. And we see from the Medrash that the world was created by means of 10 things, meaning the 10 spheres, the 10 utterances, the 10 spheres, the K'maimer Eliyahu, Apikas, Asar Tikunin, the Karin on the Hoin, Asar Sfiron, as expressed by Eliyahu Hanavi in the passage that opens with Pasach Eliyahu and forms part of the introduction to Tikkunei Zayhar. You have brought forth 10 Tikkunim. Here we could translate them as garments, and we call them the 10 spheres. La'anoga, the Hoin, Olmin, the Stimin, the Law, Iskalon, the Olmin, the Iskalon, through which these 10 spheres, these 10 garments, through which direct hidden worlds, unrevealed, meaning the worlds that transcend mortal comprehension, the worlds that we don't see, Atzilus, Bria, and Yitzira. Then we have our world is Asiya, but we don't see the upper worlds. We may know about them, we may learn about them, we may hear about them, but we can't see them. And then behind Iskasya, and through them you concealed yourself through those worlds. You became concealed from created beings so that they will not be able to perceive the divine life force that creates and gives them energy. Do we sense Hashem giving us life every minute? You could say you do, but in reality, we don't. Hashem is hidden in this world completely. So the takeaway for today is the attributes through which Hashem relates to and sustains the world are termed and called light. They conceal his essence from us, but give us a glimpse of his will and wisdom. It's interesting because this parak started off by saying that we use the term light, but it's not a proper term. It's not real light like this, like we see light. This is the term that's given because Hashem is hidden from us, and we have to try to figure out how to relate, how to bring heaven down to earth, so to speak. And the way we do it is through a mashal, through a parable, through an analogy. So, the Alter Rebbe expounded upon this idea through the mashal of the sun and its rays. And maybe we could look at it and say, does the sun exist? At night we don't see it, but we know it exists. We know it's there. When it comes to that, when it comes to Hashem, we know it's there, but we don't see it in this physical world because Hashem hides himself in this physical world to give us an opportunity to have free choice and to do his will. So let's go and do that. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow in the middle of chapter 10, and tomorrow we finish chapter 10 of Hayichud Vihaemuna. Have a wonderful day, everyone.